Hey YouTube, coming at you with a video from Jared, who must be playing with like an iPad or something, because this is the widest battle I've ever seen. Tinkaton, Lapras, Cradily, got a rank 200 Tinkaton and wanted to test it out. I think your analysis was mostly accurate. The typing is very good and I found a lot of good matchups with it. Seems to be able to take out most neutral opponents with 2 charge moves, but it often gets taken out by 2 as well. And usually has slower pacing. Overall feels strong but not overwhelming, and the good matchups far outweigh the bad ones. Went 5-5 in 10. Went 5-5 in 10 matches. 5 wins, 5 losses in 10 matchups. But I think most of the issues were with the team and a couple mistakes, not Tinkaton. Okay, well, I will be the judge of that. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I mean, you are double weak to fighting in the back. So that's one weakness I see already. But yeah, let's check out, see how it goes. Okay, Dust Noir. I guess sort of evenish. This is a Shadow Dust Noir, so any move would hurt here. Dynamic Punch is neutral. So, and this is, again, this is the problem I think is Tinkaton's problem going to be. Maybe for the Shadow, I was going to say won't take out here. Maybe the Shadow Dust Noir probably does get taken out by that. So let's see, because these Fairy Winds are actually adding up, so maybe it does take out. So I guess I should stop moving. This chair's so crickety. Ooh, losing CMP here, so that's not the best over farm here. Getting off the Shadow Punch. So now you just burned a second shield. They may let this go. Yeah, job is done. Does take out, but at what cost? They can just come and farm with a Wiggly at that. Well, here comes a super effective Heavy Slam, so maybe this is not the best move for them. I would expect the shield here. Yeah, that would have been super effective. Resisting Charm down. Out comes the Lapras to try and eat some of this. They're going to have to throw Swift because Icy Wind is resisted. Opting to go just for the Sparkling Aria here. But the Swift... Oh, Disarming Voice. Okay. Did not expect to see that moveset on Wiggly. Disarming Voice lands. Sparkling Aria lands. And then you'll just probably outpace here because the spam of this thing. And yeah, man. Lapras is so strong. So do take it out. What's in the back? A Kingdra. I would have instant swapped. Yeah. You do not want to leave your Pokemon to have the ability to get Octazooka 2 times lower your attack and not be able to reset. So getting the Rock Tomb to lower their attack, hoping that now 1 Outrage does not take you out. 50% health. They have to Outrage or they lose. And unfortunately for them, that lowering of the attack lets you live with a few HP. And Rock Tomb will win the game. Okay, so we have a Drapion, which is a pretty good matchup. Poison's resisted, Crunch is resisted, so they have to go Aqua Tail. I'm assuming it'll take 3 to take you out. Yeah, I was about to say, there's no way that 2 is going to take out from this range. So getting to the play rough, it is neutral, half dark, half poison. Again, not enough takeout. And this is, yeah... This is sort of what this Pokemon's main weaknesses are, is that every single time, I doubt that you're going to one-shot many things, so you're almost going to need two for everything. I'm also surprised they did not throw the X-Scissor before that you can lower their attack with Rock Tomb. But X-Scissor is super effective, so lowered attack or not, does over 50%. And here comes the second one. Opting to shield, trying to get this Rock Tomb off to super effective. Lower the attack again. They do shield. And gonna try and catch. And now they come in with Jellicent. I'm guessing like just under 50%. Yep. Basically, that's where we are. Couple Fairy Winds to get them to the yellow. Opting to shield, thinking that we're going to get to another play rough to... I'll say take out, but if it doesn't take out, it's going to be like a few more Fairy Winds to take out here. So leave them with a couple HP, 2 Fairy Winds. Man, it's so easy to just like, if you've been doing this as long as I have, just like read, like I've used this Pokemon once, but it's going to do this much because you can just kind of gauge just on the first one there. Nice catch on Cradily to eat this X-Scissor. And now Drapion comes in, not wanting to take a crunch or anything. You really don't like to press the bubbles when you don't have to, eh? And out comes Golisopod again. You'll live any move from them, and then you'll get to move well before they get to 2 moves here. So X-Scissor will chip, but obviously not nowhere near enough to take out. And they have 2x scissors. You didn't CMP on that one? Interesting. You'll still live this. But weird. Thought it would have been a CMP there, but maybe it was half a turn behind there. Blastoise. Okay, so rollout is resisted, but the Hydros will obviously come. You should, again, as a Blastoise, so it probably takes 3 Hydros to take you out, is my guess. Unless Tinkaton is not as tanky as I think it is. And maybe 2 Hydros is enough. 5 attack is not bad. Yeah, okay, so it's just over 50%. So I still think you can live this, but then you may be in rollout range. So you'll live. Heavy Slam is resisted. It is in the red, so maybe Heavy Slam would have taken out anyways, but going to make sure that is not, we're not leaving that to chance. Can we get to another move? We cannot. Where do you go here? I guess it doesn't really matter too much. They're both kind of neutral-ish. Yeah, sorry, this is definitely the better answer because they'll have Ice Punch, and Ice Punch is super effective against Cradily. So, yeah, definitely just come in there against neutral here. Sparkling Aria lands. I'm guessing they'll just keep spamming the Shadow Punches here. So there's the second one, and out comes Jumpluff. Jumpluff's a little tough, but you have Rock Tomb here, so that is okay. Going to shield the first one, just assuming that you're going to lower their attack. So might as well just, if you're going to take a move, you might as well have the attack lowered before you do. So here comes the Rock Tomb, super effective, lowers the attack. They're going to get a move off here. I don't think it's worth 2 shields here. Yeah, I think you just have to let this go and live with ease. Going for the 3 Bullet Seeds there. Rock Tomb grabs a shield and then swapping, and they swap as well. Interesting. I'm surprised you swapped, like, because I don't think it matters too much given how much health both of you have and everything, but given that you lowered their attack twice already, you really put the pressure on them to make that swap, right? But I guess you tried to maybe catch, or just kind of figuring Cradily's your win con if you can just like chip with Lapras or force energy or grab a shield sort of thing. You put yourself in a good situation. But now we're gonna have to burn the second shield. You've already lowered their attack once here, so an energy ball won't even take it if they get another one off before you, which they do, but you should live with a few HP here. And Rock Tomb will take them out here. Okay, Cradily. This is, I think, a good lead. Yeah, this is a fantastic lead. They have Rock and Grass, both are resisted, and you have Heavy Slam, which is super effective. So, good lead. Of course, they're going to stand and Rock Tomb you. That's fine. We take that, and they eventually catch on a Jumpluff. So, opting to throw, despite the attack being lowered, it is a Shadow Jumpluff that did chip them to like 70% health. So now this will be close. This will be really close whether this takes out or not. It does not, and that is unfortunate because Bullet Seed is double resisted on the grass and flying. Acrobatics lands. It's going to be a very, very aggressive Bullet Seed down. You can, but you may have to take a... Ooh, the Acrobatics takes you out. I guess that's why you run Acrobatics. So Tink comes in just to get a few more, but now they're going to have an answer. Yeah, of course they're going to have an answer. And now double Grass line, Jumpluff and Cradily. So now you have a Grass on your Lapras and a Ground on your Tink. So this is a pretty tough situation here. So burn to shield. You almost need to like try and grab some shields, shield your way through, and then like catch here is basically like your only option. Yeah, you need to shield and then you need to like try and catch here. Catch. Good try. And they were aware. Good heads up by them. Good heads up by both of you on that one, right? You were aware that you had to catch. That was only potential con, and they were aware that the only potential win con is you catching. So they did not allow you to catch, even though you attempted to. Bone Club will take you out. having... I mean, I assume they just let this go and come back in and take you out with Cradily here. Yeah. As I would as well. So I'm going to go down there. Okay, Clodsire. Yeah, I guess that Clodsire is a bad matchup, so going straight Cradily for the save swap. Every move is neutral, so it doesn't really matter what they throw. Sludge Bomb. Going for the neutral Grass Knot. They are staying in this matchup, so it's either they don't have an amazing matchup in the back, or... like, when you see this, there's only two options. One, they do not have an answer in the back to Cradily, or two, they have multiple answers for Tink, and there are going to be another answer in the back for your lead Pokemon. That's the only reason you don't get out in an otherwise great matchup, right? Because you resist all the fairy type moves with Clodsire here. So able to grab a shield, which is nice. Lapras is going to come in and just, I was going to say absorb damage, but they're probably going to have close to two moves here. Here comes the first Sludge Bomb. Can they get to another one? Probably. Yeah. Could even be an Earthquake, honestly. Yeah, so opting to shield up. It is just a Sludge Bomb. And let's see what they have here. Fairy. Okay, so that's not great. And then a Azumarill, which is not even an amazing answer. I'm surprised. I'm honestly surprised they did not try to... why wouldn't you come... Yeah, I guess you can't come Azumarill into Cradily, but you could come Fairy. If I were them, what I would have done is I would have... like, fine, staying with Clodsire for like a minute there and throw a Sludge Bomb, but then align on your Clefable. Actually, Clefable, maybe it's not running Meteor Mash anymore, because Meteor Mash would just like one-shot Cradily, but maybe it's running Swift and like a Fairy move, so maybe it's not as easy there. So we'll see right now. Here comes the Clefable against the Lapras. Here comes Sparkling Aria. Grabbed one shield. Gonna shield back. It is the Swift. Going to boost our defense with Skull Bash, which should do pretty good damage as well. Not enough to take out. Hopefully, if they have like Play Rough or something, or Moonblast. What is it? Moonblast. Yeah, that's gonna take out for sure. Do you get to this move? This will take out, even though you're not pressing any buttons. And in a race, ooh, 1 HP lost there. They get to the move just as you were getting to your move. Ice Beam will take you out. Dewgong, yeah, I think you just play it again. They have Drill Run, which would suck, but their fairy moves are resisted. Sorry, their ice moves are resisted on your steel. So Play Rough does land, does 50%. Drill Run will be super effective, but you will live. And on pacing, you is it 5-4 on Dewgong? Are you just gonna get outpaced here? Yeah, I was gonna say you're just gonna get outpaced on the Drill Run here on the next time around. And they go Icy Wind, which is great. Unfortunately for you, Lapras met with the Superior, and the Lapras does not even have Ice Beam. So Frenzy lands basically takes you out, so just have to throw the Sparkling Aria here, which is resisted, and oof, this is a rough situation. Because you have to come here. Play Rough, again, will not take out, even though you chipped with some Psywaves, but this will not take out. But these Fairy ones are actually adding up more than I expect them to. But here comes a Frenzy, which will take you out, and now you're just going to have to run to shield Cradily. You're probably going to have to shield up a move here. I wouldn't want to take a Frenzy here. So there's a Frenzy, so there's the shield. And a nice, I was going to say nice, yeah, I still think it's a nice catch on Dewgong if they sacrifice it. Like, if they shield it, yeah. I think that's a good sacrifice. Because they could just come back in here. They were already ahead on energy when they, like, not ahead on energy, but they had energy, which means that here comes the second Frenzy, which you have to respect as well, yeah, because that would take you deep yellow. Gonna lower their attack once. They did come back in pretty quick, so they may be switch locked here. Or they're just going to let this go and try to shield Cladle through this. I mean, if you have no shields and they have one, they could just Ice Beam you and take you out here. So that's actually... I bet you they even live with Grass Knot. They're pretty tanky, but they do not even need to see it. Ferret, Sucker Punch resisted, so they will probably get out. They do into Clodsire. Here comes your Lapras. Psywave super effective. Sparkling Iris super effective. They could have Stone Edge. I would probably run with Stone Edge if I'm running. Yeah. The general rule of thumb of Clodsire is if you're going to run it as a safe swap, you need Stone Edge for coverage. Because you do not want to get into like I was going to say Skarmory, but Corviknight. If you safe swap and have poison, ground, and poison, yeah. So you have to have Stone Edge for coverage. But do take them out, although at the cost of a shield. But at this point, it doesn't matter too much because you really do not want... well, I was about to say, you don't actually matter if Cradily's on here, but having Tink on here where everything's resisted is huge. Now down 2v1 shields here. Okay, so here's one shield back. But the problem is, I think with the shield advantage, they probably have shield and a bit of energy advantage. Probably have a bit of wiggle room here. Oh, and they go Brave Bird. I guess it doesn't matter if they can get to 2 before you can get to 3 Rock Tombs. So Bullet Seed is, yeah, that's actually smarter on them because Bullet Seed does not threaten them. It's just that the Rock Tombs threaten them. So if they can just shield up, they don't need to worry about the charge moves, and then they reset here. I mean, this thing has nothing that can hit you. So you can just probably farm up to 2 Heavy Slams here. And that's exactly what we're doing. Not only are we doing that, we are... no, we're going to be taken out here. Yeah, that was not smart. You needed to throw one, and I know you're worried about the Incinerate just taking you out, but you needed to... You can't just get farmed down like that. You got to give yourself a chance. Play Rough on Dewgong, they shield. I mean, you can just like go, because if they are actually going to go Icy Wind, like fine. That's resisted. Unless the thought process is like one draw one's not going to take out. No, because now if... What are they doing? Okay, so opting to just take 2 resisted moves and then come in here, hitting super effective and lowering their attack. I don't know what they're doing. They let that go. Out comes the Sableye. Foul Play will outpace you here. And will hurt from a shadow, so you can probably live with a few HP. But basically they will be able to claw down now. But for what? Because everything just gets eaten up here. Although you are already in the yellow, so Dazzling Gleam probably is going to chip a good amount. Yeah. Going for the farm down. So you have a ton of energy for the Jumpluff that comes in. So I would try and get 2 moves off here if you can. Fairy Wind is resisted. Oh, that does not do much at all, eh? This is what I'm talking about. Like, it takes out... Play Rough takes out most Pokemon with 2 moves. But then you get something like Jumpluff, and it takes 3 to take out. Now, you have a good matchup against Jumpluff because all the moves are resisted. But, man, that does not do much. And they bait here, which is unfortunate because now you're going to have to burn the second shield here. No, opting to let it go. Just an Aerial Ace. Okay. Are we just assuming they only have Aerial Ace? What is happening here? Or Acrobatics that they can't get to, but now they're going to get to it? Nope, just another Aerial Ace. Weird. Now they have a Dewgong, but Dewgong doesn't threaten us either. I sure hope they throw a resisted Icy Wind. Oh, you do have Jorun. Good for you. Opting just to farm down. Multiple Sparkling Arias. Yeah, that was weird. Okay. Cradily, good lead. Again, everything resisted on their end. You have super effective Heavy Slam here. Opting just to go for the extra Fairy Wind instead of CMP. They do Rock Tomb you. That's fine. That doesn't bother us. I mean, they may live now is the only thing with that Rock Tomb. Oh, they were going to live anyways. That's not even close. But throwing before. So this will take them out. or grab a shield. But if they grab a shield, I don't really know what they're doing. No, they just sacrifice it. You should be getting out of this. Yeah. They're definitely weak in the back to Tink here. There's only one reason you don't go, and is if you're like double weak in the back and you need to try and align here. Could be Ice Beam, so I might want to respect it, and you'll outpace, so I would respect it. Rock Tomb. Yeah, so be it. Sableye. Yep, so there's just Sableye as a dark, also weak to Tink. Like, those are the reads that like most people should be able to make, right? Why? Just ask yourself the basic question. Why is a Cradily that has no fast move or charge move against a steel Pokemon staying in that matchup? And there really only is one answer. There's two answers. One, they don't know what they're doing. Or two, they have a second Pokemon in the back that really doesn't have any play against it. And that's exactly what we saw here. They just basically sacrificed their Sableye, assuming it has no play. And they're just going to try and one shield, or I guess two shield Cladle at this point. But they do shield Sparkling Aria. Here comes a Rock Tomb, so I'm going to shield that. And just the pacing on this thing. Sorry, Cladle, you're too slow and too many weaknesses. So here comes Sparkling Aria. Does not take out, but they're going to have to throw here. And again, you'll just get outpaced by pretty much everything on your team. You do live, and now even in a bad matchup here, just outpacing. Yeah, the speed is too slow. Sorry, Niantic, you tried 70 times in the past 18 seasons to buff this Pokemon, but it's still not good enough. Okay, so that is it. Yeah, I think my general... And maybe with like a 0 or 1 attack, you like, because the thing is like, as I kind of mentioned, the attack feels underwhelming, which is fine. It's more of like it's not a defensive heavy Pokemon, but it's not like it's an attack heavy Pokemon. So you would expect it to do what it does, which is 2 play roughs take out most middle Pokemon. And then for the bulky Pokemon like Jumpluff, you're going to need 3. That's just kind of assumed. I assumed that you would also be able to take more damage than it does. I always find it underwhelming, the amount of damage it takes. But maybe if you had like a 0 or 1 attack, maybe you do take more damage. I mean, you would take more damage easily. But maybe that increase in damage that you take doesn't offset how many charge moves you need to throw anyways, which would make this Pokemon much, much better. So yeah, if anyone has like a 0 attack, 0, 1, or 2 attack Tink, let me know, and we'll see how it plays out here. See if it plays a little differently. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for this mission. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.